Salam, yaxshimisilar. Hello, friends. I have been disappeared for a very long time. Sorry about that. So today we're going to talk about sound systems of Uyghur. Okay, let's start. So this is alphabet table for Uyghur. We have 32 letters. You can see this is Uyghur Arab yazgı ve Uyghur Latin yazgı alipasi. So they have both Arabic letters and Latin. And this is a unified version from 2001. Okay, so you see here A, A, B, P, T, J, Ch, H, D, R, Z, J, C, Sh, R, F, Q, K, G, Ng, L, M, N, H, O, U, Ö, V, E, I, Y. And then there is a note said the Uyghur Latin script has been unified in 2009, 2001 through five meetings, like 5 times meetings. And then they said this will serve, the Uyghur Latin script serve Uyghur language as a supplementary in some fields. And if you cannot find Ö, Ü, E with the signs on top, if you have problem typing it, you can use O, U, E without dots as well. Accordingly, yeah, this is what it says, and the link is Uyghur Computer Ilmi Jamiti. So it's like a Uyghur Computer Science org or something like that. All right, so let's go to consonants. So we have 23 consonant. Üzük tavuş. So you see it here. B, P, T, Ç, H, D, R, Z, J, S, Ş, R, F, K, K, G, N, L, M, N, H, E, V, Y. So what is consonants we divide them into in a category called voiceless and voiced. Canlılık ve cansız. Voiced is B, D, G, R, C, Z, R, L, M, N, N, V, Y. So voicing refers to a sound produced with a vibration of the vocal cords. If you place your fingers on your Adam's apple, the B in bit causes the word vocal cords to vibrate, whereas the P in pit does not. So these are voiced, and the voiceless are P, T, K, K, Ch, C, not Ch, sorry. Oh, there is sorry. P, T, K, K, Ch, C, Sh, F, H, and He. And so these are 23 consonants in two categories, right? Voiced and voiceless. So now we're going to vowels. So we have 8 vowels, and which are A, right? A, O, U, Ö, Ü, E, I, Y. And they have also they are put in two categories. And I mean they've been put into two categories, right? Distinguished as rounded and unrounded, and some also say it labial and non-labial, like your lips doesn't touch each other and touching each other. So yeah, I guess so. A, E, I, O, Ö, Ü. Well, none of them touches actually. Well, anyway, so let's just say it rounded and unrounded. So A, E, I is your lip. Yeah, it's unrounded. Your lip shape is not rounded, and O, U, Ö, Ü, your lips are rounded, and somehow your lips kind of touch each other, right? So, and then there's another way of categorize differentiate vowels. So we have 8 vowels. We divide them in two categories. First one is rounded and unrounded, and second one is back and front vowels. So what does it mean, back and front vowel? Is that I think it's for your tongue location when you say those vowels. So when you say A, U, your tongue is at the back. And when you say E, U, your tongue is touching your front lower teeth, right? You can try to say it. A, U, E, U. So we differentiate vowels like this as well, back and front vowels. Sorry about my English. I haven't been practicing for a long time and I started to feel anxious. Anyway, so I think for me, I think there should be 9 vowels because about E, right? Like as for E, it can be both front and back, but not represented in alphabet. We write it in alphabet, of course, E, but we don't really differentiate it as in back and front. In Turkish, there is E and U. Uh, Although we have that sound in when we speak the language, like alim, we don't say alim. Um, Also, we say qızıl. We don't say qizil. We say qızıl. But also we say itim, my dog, right? So as I said, but we only have 8 vowels. So I think we should have 9 vowels, and we should introduce a Turkish as in ninth vowel. So Uyghur vowels are distinguished by whether their lips are rounded or rounded, right? Like a, e, o, u, u. So I didn't put e in the front because you mean here, back and front, right? So because e is not, it can be both front and back. Well, actually, it's just e. It can be, but I think we should make it also like a u, so that we can have u here and e here. U as in back and e is in front, right? But we don't have it, but in the letter, in the script, but we do have it in when we speak it. So yeah, and rounded and unrounded. And so why I'm talking about this rounded, unrounded, and front and back is because they're vital. They're very important in harmony rules, because Uyghur, as like any other Turkic language that they care about. I mean, they have it's harmonic language because they care about harmony, because it's one of the main characteristics of Turkic language, right? So consonant and vowel harmony. Harmony is a main characteristics of Uyghur language, like any other Turkic language. So I think mostly Uyghurs are two-way harmony. So backness and roundness harmony, voicing, backness, and run. I mean three-way, voicing, backness, and roundness harmony. But most of the time, backness two-way. I heard of Kyrgyz is like four-way. I don't know. I don't really know. But yeah, I mean, I think Turkish in Turkey really cares about harmony as well, and Uyghurs. But unfortunately, I heard in Uzbekistan they kind of broke the harmony, or maybe because it's the result of being influenced by Russian for a really long time. I heard about that. Maybe it's wrong, but I think it's beautiful to keep the harmony rules. So consonant harmony, voiced with voiced, voiceless with voiceless. What does it mean is the process is simple. When a stem ends in a voiced consonant, the voiced variant of a suffix will be used, if there is one. When a stem ends in a voiceless consonant, then the voiceless variant of that suffix will be used. And vowels count as voiced sounds. So you will see it, for example, in dative suffix and locative suffix. We have like ra, ka, ya, ka, da, da, ta, ta, right? So we will choose the correct suffix according to this harmony rule. Vowel harmony, backness harmony, tongue position, right? The back with back and front with front. So in word internal harmony, in words of Turkic origin, front and back vowels rarely co-occur in the same word unless it's loan words. For example, well, for example, ata, right? Back, ana, mother, back. But if you see like a loan words, can't think of any, but like if they usually break it, like muhabbet. It is a loan word, and u and a. U is back and a is front. So this is a loan word. So Turkic language has also Uyghur words have internal harmony. As long as it's when you see a word is strictly with a like internal harmony, it most of the time it must be of a Turkic origin. And word roundness harmony, round with round, unround with unround. this is about the vowels. So rounded vowels with rounded vowels, unrounded with unrounded. So back is back. I just made some rhyming rules in the simple English. So back was back, front was front, run was run, and unrun was unrun. So also voice with voiced, voiceless with voiced, voiceless. So this is 3 rules I just I wrote down. So this is the vowel harmony, three-way harmony. So we will give you some examples. So example 1, back and front vocalic. For example, back vocalic a, right? Ana, a, mother. Uyghur, u is both back. Kızıl, it means red, and u. I mean, I told you is not. It can be both front and back, but here that's why I wrote this Turkish kızıl. This without a dot, it's it's back. Uruk, u, thin, right? It's also back vocalic, o and u. Let's see with suffix. So da, da, ta, is locative suffix. It's like at my mom, right? On my mom. Anam is my mother. At my mother or on my mother. So anam da. So instead of choosing da, ta, we chose because it's voice, so we have to choose da. But then we didn't use da because not anam da, it's anam da because it's back is back, And Uyghur ga, dative suffix to Uyghur, right? For Uyghur. So Uyghur re is also because of voice, so we chose ga instead of ka or ga ka ga. So instead of ga and ka ga. So we used again and u. We're not gonna choose. We didn't choose like ra or ka. Ka. So we didn't choose ka or like ga, right? So ra, ka, ga are 4 suffixes, but we're going to use because it's voice, so we use ra and ga, and since it's a and u is back vowel, so I have to choose the back. So Uyghur ra. Uruk lar. Lar is plural suffix, and we have 2 plural suffixes, which is lar and lar. And so you don't have to care about the voiced or voiceless. So this is only 2-way harmony, and so I think it's 1-way harmony. Sorry. So 1-way harmony. So which it means back and front harmony. So uruk is back, so you have to choose lar. Uruk lar, skinny people, thin people. Front vocalic, which is a, u, right? A, like yeah, a, u. A, u. So in here, eşek, right? This is internal word harmony. Ördek, and a. Also, it's internal word harmony, right? So and a together. Suzuk, clear, u. It's both front. Uruk, apricot, and front. So with suffix, let's see. Suzukluk, clarity. Suzuk, and look. We have look, but we chose look suffix because u. Ördekler. As I said, we have 2 plural suffixes which are lar and lar, but because it's ördek, it's front, and we also chose the suffix, a plural suffix which is front, lar, front vowel. I'm saying ördekler. Example 1, round and unround voices, right? So example of roundness harmony using the denominal verb infinitival suffix ish and has 4 variants depending on the roundness and backness of the stem final vowels. If the verb stem ends in a vowel, only sh is added, and if it's ended with a consonant, then you have to add the vowel and the sh. So last vowel stem is back. Let's say last vowel stem is rounded. We use ush. For example, ukut is back and rounded, right? your tongue is in the back, and it's your mouth shape is rounded. So the vowel is o u okut. Okut is teach. So okutush. So we added u ush. So it's like infinitive, like a verb noun, denominal verb. So front and run vowel. If it's front and run, for example, ut, like pass, right? U is front, but it's also rounded, right? Or is rounded. So ut, then you add ush, utush, right? It's rounded and front. Back unrounded vowels like hala, halash, right? Because it ended with vowel, we just have to add the sh. Halash, to will, to want. And then the next one, front and unrounded vowel, like for example, 8, to tell, right? 8. And then because it ended with consonant, of course, we have to add a vowel, right? So it's E, we added E. Eightish, eightish. E is also front, so E, eightish. I know it's a bit confusing, and and it's like, yeah, also sometimes my terminology, I mean my knowledge of some terms in linguistics is kind of limited. So since I'm not from a linguistic major, I try my best, right? I try to make it as simple as possible. So I made this examples, like one, back and front vocalic, and round and unround, and the other way. So it's about choosing suffixes, right? And to let you know internal word harmony, and most importantly, because Uyghur is a cumulative language, that means there will be a lot of suffixes. So when choosing suffixes, you have to respect, follow the harmony rules. But of course, if you don't follow the harmony rules, people will still understand you. It will not change the meaning most of the time, but it will just sound off or weird. But it's nice to know the harmony. So I really don't push my students to, like, when they speak, I told them don't get stuck on that, just keep speaking it. But if you really want to speak like a native, then you can really follow the rules. But it will come naturally, of course, if you keep listening and speaking Uyghur. So again, this language is very mathematical. Simple rules, strict logic, endless combinations. So Turkic language, for me, I feel like it's like a chess. The rules are simple and logic is strict, but you don't get bored. You won't get bored because there are endless combinations. It's very mathematical. It's like playing in chess. So you can study and do research and just like find this infinite possibilities in this language. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.